Welcome back to another episode of the Casually Hardcore Podcast. I'm Nick, and welcome to my Destiny 2 betas, impressions, and thoughts. Now, also in this video as well, I'm going to do a quick channel update to kind of keep you up to date on what we're doing with our YouTube channel. The new schedule format we're going to go to from here on out is every Wednesday and Sunday we're going to try and upload videos. Throughout the semester, once our podcast starts going up live again, full throttle, Sundays you can expect a more video inclusive style of our podcast, so you'll have gameplay in the background matching what we're talking about, and on Wednesdays would be thoughts and impressions, and then obviously some videos we sprinkle in here and there as bigger releases happen or certain titles launch that one of our guys wants to cover. But just expect a Wednesday and Sunday video. We tried the Monday-Wednesday format and it just wasn't really working out. Monday-Friday, just because the weekend was hard to get certain videos in, and then the turnaround from Monday-Friday through a busy work week was just not really working for our team members. But I think this new schedule for us will work out relatively well, and we're excited to get rid of that schedule. So here we go. We got some really mediocre Destiny 2 gameplay in the background here. As you can see, I haven't played Destiny, the first one, in a very long time, so my Tier 1 weapons are getting absolutely throttled by Tier 3. I mean, I'm getting absolutely shit on. But, I mean, I still look kind of cool because I have the Iron Banner gear on. But, I mean, who doesn't have the Iron Banner gear at this point? Either way, you'll have that in the background playing, so you kind of have an idea of, if you haven't played Destiny, what it looks like, what it plays like, and what it feels like. Because, ultimately, this beta for Destiny 2 is an extension of the first game, in a sense. It felt more to me like a 1.5 update version than a full-fledged sequel, which is fine. I mean, you don't break what's not broken, right? Or don't fix what's not broken. But at the same time, when you get to that sequel, you expect more than was just in the first game. But I'll touch that a little bit later on here. Kind of going into it, beta had the campaign snippet that was really, really impressive. Bungie definitely came out swinging, saying, hey, look, our campaign's good. We're going to have a story. We're going to have a reason why you're doing what you're doing. Because just for some background information, the first game, you really didn't know why you were doing. You didn't know why you were resurrected. You didn't know why you were killing this faction or that faction. You didn't know what the Traveler was. You didn't know why Earth is. So there was just so many questions, and it just kind of threw you in there. And it gave you these things called Grimoire cards to kind of give you story. But you had to find the cards in game and then go and log into your account on Bungie.net and then read information. And that was just really asinine for anybody trying to get certain styles of information. I mean, you go on coming to collect information, then go into a website, signing in, and then to read it was just not sufficient at all, and it really didn't kind of set the stage. So this time around, they've discarded Grimoire cards, and they're doing a full-fledged AAA campaign. It looks really good. It was a ton of fun. A lot of characters that didn't get a lot of background story in the first game got more background story and information in this full, like, hour-and-a-half, 2-hour demo that they had. So I'm really excited for what the entire game's going to entail. I hope that the story's longer than 10 hours, whatever it was, for me to beat the first one. So I really hope this is a really meaty sequel in terms of campaign. But from what I saw, it looked really good. Threw you in there, and the game looked phenomenal as ever. Kind of touching into gunplay. Guns are exactly the same. They did some tweaks around they put the shotgun weapon in the specials. So that way people aren't running around with shotguns as a secondary, as your primary, which is really nice, and it kind of gives the shotgun campers no longer that edge because you have to go find the special ammo on the maps. But other than that, there really wasn't any intuitive or any kind of initiative to develop new weapon archetypes or subtypes. There wasn't any type of nothing brought to the table in terms of stuff like that. You got your standard assault rifle, you got your gun, pistol, the sniper, shotgun, pulse rifle, auto rifle. It's the same guns from Destiny 1 that are there. You have some variation, like you got this assault rifle for my Titan. What I did was called the Gatling gun, which was really cool, but it's still the assault rifle class. There's no kind of style of, I guess, there's nothing new, which was really disappointing. I know it's a beta, but the game launches in September, so it's got to be content complete already. This is kind of with a glorified demo, I would really say. But hopefully they were hiding some stuff to kind of show us in September when it launches, but we'll see. I was a little disappointed in that regard in terms of not bringing anything new to the table in terms of weapons. For player types, really disappointed they didn't add a new class. You still have your Warlock, you still have your Titan, you still have, I don't remember the third one on the top of my head, but you still have the same three class types in the first game are the only ones in this game, which is super disappointing considering that you don't carry your character over from the first game to the second one. You carry over some like bonus reward system, but it's not. It's like Mass Effect. The only thing that carries over really is your appearance, which takes 2 seconds to redo again if you have something that's really basic, which is extremely disappointing. So I would have hoped that they would have taken this opportunity to reset the playing field and throw in a new class type. So I don't know if they're kind of saving to announce that, or it's going to be an expansion style thing like they did in Diablo where they added new character class types. Either way, that was extremely disappointing. They didn't have that, and it's just, it doesn't freshen anything up. It's literally like I keep going back to, it's that Destiny 1.5. Ooh, you got new maps, you got different aesthetics and guns, different armor, but it's nothing that kind of makes you want to go out there and say, hey, this is the game that I want. This is the new Destiny 2 with all this brand new cool stuff. Gameplay-wise, I'll go into that. I mean, Bungie's phenomenal at first-person shooters. If anything, I'll give them credit where it's due. I mean, they created the Halo series, and that's phenomenal. Destiny, in terms of the gunplay, phenomenal. It's tight, it's good, smooth. It's nothing bad in that department. I give them an A+ in that. I highly doubt that any game made by Bungie from here on out is going to have really bad gameplay. As long as they stick to that first-person shooter formula, I think they'll be pretty much set that department. Aesthetics and visuals look phenomenal. The campaign set pieces were beautiful. I caught myself several times kind of staring off into the distance, looking at the background scenery and looking at all the details and like the city falling, and it was breathtaking. And as this generation goes forward and as this hardware kind of gets maximized out, you can kind of see what developers are doing to maximize the power out of these machines. And it also, I think, helps too that Destiny 2 is only for PC and this generation of consoles. It's not being held back by the 7th generation of hardware, which is really, really nice. But aesthetics, beautiful. The music and the scores, phenomenal. I know Marty's not doing the score this time around, but the person that's his successor in terms of making music for Destiny, it fits right at home. It didn't skip a beat in terms of, if anything, I thought it was a little bit better, to be quite honest. Multiplayer-wise, I didn't get to play the Strike mission, so I don't know about that. However, I played a little bit, and it was okay. It's the same multiplayer. Actually, they brought back a map from the first game, so there's a remake, and there's a new map. But, I mean, the maps don't do anything that stand out. There wasn't anything that I played that's like, oh, it was that map. That was really cool. They had this, and this. Like, you know, in certain game franchises, you have those beloved maps that are very iconic. The 2 maps in this beta will be run-of-the-mill multiplayer maps. It's very run-of-the-mill. So, which, other than that, I mean, it was solid. Good to go, but nothing spectacular in that department. But the coolest thing, though, I got to play a little bit, was the social space is on a farm, which is really, really cool. It's kind of got that Division kind of style vibe going, to where you have kind of a bunch of abandoned buildings, but you have a bunch of upgraded tech. It looks like a very survival-esque kind of makeshift kind of forward operating base, if you would say. And they have this really cool mini game where there's a soccer ball and soccer goals, which is really, really cool. But other than that, the social space was awesome. We got to demo that for about an hour, and then it went offline after that. But it was, overall, I thought the beta was disappointing. I'm really disappointed in what they've shown off so far, what they've seen. My personal recommendation aside, I would wait till this game hits cheaper. To be quite honest, I'd wait till Black Friday and buy this game for $20, $25 or $30. That would be my price point. I think it's gonna have a solid campaign and all that, but I don't see enough to justify another purchase. Once again, this is Nick from the Casually Hardcore Podcast. Thanks for listening to my impressions and thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.